Hi, welcome to my latest little podcast vlog thing. As you know, I don't do these regularly. I don't like to give myself out. I must do it for every month because it depends what I've been up to as to what I want to share with you, really. So, hello and welcome to my May vlog. We are in May. We've had some rather hot weather in the last few weeks and now it's dipped again, but I have to say I quite like that it's cooler because I can wear my jumper again. This is the honeycomb jumper I knitted last year. So yeah, what have I been up to? I think I showed you that I was knitting my dirty caramel sweater. So here it is. It's been in my wardrobe. I've worn it a couple of times before it got hot. Here it is. I love it. It's currently my favourite thing to wear, apart from it's too warm for it at the moment. But yeah, it is. I used the it was called it's by a company called Orkney Angora, and it's their St Magnus, I think it's called, Magnus DK, and it's 50% Angora and 50% lamb's wool, and it is just like stroking a cloud. It's just absolutely lovely. Did I do any modifications on this? No, I think I pretty much knitted it to the pattern. Obviously I knitted the arms to the length I wanted them for my body and the body of it as well, but apart from that I followed along the pattern as it was. I'll show you the inside. Here's the colour work on the inside. So this part here where you've got you actually got 3 colours on a row and you're carrying some of them quite a few stitches, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches between the white. So I was doing a bit of ladder back jacquard, so you can see how that's made it nice and soft, and also it gives it lots of stretch. So yeah, I did that with it, and again down on this section with the dots, obviously you had quite long stretches of one colour before the next in your ferrule, so again I did ladder back jacquard technique for that. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. It's perfect fit and it's my favourite colours and I love it. So that's what I have completed. Can't remember when I last did my video. I know that, was it in Finish Off February? Anyway, I finished my husband's jumper. I was really pleased with it. He's worn it quite a few times. So yeah, I've done that. I've been doing quite a bit of designing. Oh, we also had our retreat in March as well. So I did some designing for that. Did some crocheted and knitted book covers. And our retreat was fabulous, down in Blandford, near Blandford, not in Blandford, in this beautiful farm manor house. It was beautiful and relaxing, and lots of lovely food, and we had lovely Becca from Bluebell Yarns come and do a talk, and we had Dawn from Yoga Sherborne come and do a session, and we visited Unwind with us as well for a bit of yarn shopping. So yeah, that was lovely. Next one is in October, and we're going up to between Bradford on Avon and Bath for Monday to Thursday. We will obviously be going visiting yarn shops. There's options for some little workshops if you want to do a little workshop. You'll get your goodie bags. And you can just have a lovely chilled time, dipping in the hot tub, knitting crocheting whenever you want to, squidging yarn, chatting all about yarn, eating nice food. So yeah, that's what I've been up to as well. A lot of work goes into retreats. So people are like, why have you not released the next one? It's because I have to do lots of planning and lots of research. I'm still working on my speaker who's going to come in, so that would be released soon. Yeah, there's loads I have to do when I'm doing retreats, planning retreats. So yeah, that's what I've been doing as well. As I said, I've also been doing some designing. So we had Spring Knit Crochet Club end of April, and we had little bunnies. These are my crocheted bunny, who I asked for some suggestions, and Bertie the bunny came up. So I think this one's going to be Bertie the bunny. So Bertie the bunny is going to be released on Ravelry. He was made using Starcraft Squeeze Me yarn, which is like a chenille type one. I think it's fab for toys. Here he is. Where's your ear gone, mate? Yeah, I think it's great for toys. It's really squidgy. Little squidgy tail. So yeah, Starcraft Squeeze Me, and I'll be putting him on Ravelry on later in the week. Tomorrow he will be released on Ravelry. Okay, Bertie? Excellent. For that class I also designed a coaster. Lovely little spring coaster. I've made this using, I think it was a Drops cashmere. DK is pure wool. So yes, I made that using that. So I designed that little coaster, which is great if you just want to start a bit of farewell or have a go at some intarsia. Though I farewelled mine. Yeah, I farewelled mine. Not intarsiaed it, but you can do either. Yeah, so I did that. So I'll be putting that on Ravelry next week. That's next week's drop on Ravelry. What else? Last year I read quite a few books about wool and sheep. So continuing that theme, I'm really interested in Shetland and Shetland Isles and sort of the history of Shetland because of the Shetland wool, but also their style of knitting and things. But yeah, the whole culture of Shetland. So I picked up this when it came out. I bought it from Winston's in Sherborne. The Shetland Way by Marianne Brown. So it's not about wool, but it's more about life in Shetland. Yeah, it's really interesting. About their culture up there. Makes me want to go even more. So yeah, I'm about a third of the way through at the moment, but yeah, it's just nice to read something a bit different. I've also started dipping in and out of Knitting Yarns, Writers on Knitting, edited by Anne Hood. It's got loads of interesting people have written extracts for this. Obviously I don't know all of them. Probably should. I'll be googling some of the names. But it's got Sue Grafton, who's a crime writer who I read loads of when I was in my late teens, early 20s. Anne Patchett as well. Anita Shreve, another author. So yeah, I do need to do some more googling on some of the names, but it's just interesting people's knitting thoughts about knitting. Yeah, so I will share a bit more of this with you. I've only really just started it, and it's not something I'm going to sit down and read back to back. I'll sort of be dipping in and out. So yeah, I've been enjoying those books. I have been doing quite a bit of my membership. Just been getting my gifts ready today, the last few days, for my next the Maids membership gift. If you don't know about my membership, I run it on Patreon. There's different levels, and on my middle level they get a tutorial every month, a knitting one and a crochet one, which I'm working on at the minute, and they also get yarn natter online and discounts and things. And then my my BFL, Blue Face Leicester tier, are the ones who get the gift each month, or they can swap it and do a tutorial session with me, so, a one-to-one session. They get half an hour, so they have a choice. So yeah, just packing up the gifts for that for this month. And they also get the discount. They get a bit more of a discount than the tier below, a discount on workshops, and they get the knitting and crochet tutorial, online yarn and natter, we have a little Facebook community and things. So yes, that's my work membership. Oh, and also I'm doing some work at the moment to organise an evening event for my membership tier. I've been doing that. Etty asked me to knit her a cardigan, so when I went to unwind with me at the retreat, I picked up this yarn, which I think is Aurora by James Brett. Lost the band, but I'm pretty sure it's Aurora by James Brett. And it knits up all stripy, and she had a choice of patterns, and she decided she wanted to have a dandelion cardigan, which is designed by Avec Anna, whose shop I have visited down in Exeter. If you can see the little dandelion stitch. I thought it was really nice actually for a striped yarn, because it sort of breaks it up by dipping into the row before, or a few rows down. Really easy to do. It's a 6-row pattern, but 2 of those rows are just knit and purl. So, oh no, 4 of those rows are knit and purl. It's just 2 which actually have a pattern on it. So I can do it without thinking, which is great. I've done the sleeves already, and I'm just working on the body. The downside with 7-year-olds is I have quite a long body, and it takes a lot longer when she was a baby to knit her a garment. And I keep going, oh, it must be long enough, and holding it up to her, and it's not, and she likes them quite long. So getting there slowly, little bit at a time. But actually, when you think I've done the sleeves and I'm nearly up the armpit, it won't be long before it's done. Oh yes, Sock Club. I've been knitting for Sock Club. So May's Sock Club's on the 17th of May, and we're using a Summer Lee pattern. It's called Tender Age, and it's in a bundle of patterns. I'm using this, which is a Regia yarn. Don't know if you can see the pattern very well. My camera's a bit funny at the moment because I broke my camera. The back side of it is why it's in selfie mode, because I was painting in the garden a fence, dropped my phone on a stone, and the camera circly bit got cracked. So only way I can do things at the moment is on selfie mode. I need to get myself into town and get it fixed, but you know, it's factoring it in life, isn't it? So anyway, you have to sort of bear with me. So this is the Summer Lee Tender Age pattern. You can see it much better in real life. You know what it's like with lighting and stuff. But it's got this easy bit of lace. It's got little baubles. They are designed to be much longer, but I chose, but the lace is only like a cuff section, so you can make them the length you want. And I decided, as they're all summery colour yarn, and it was all sunny when I was knitting them, I felt I needed some sort of shorter ones. So yeah, this is what we're doing in Sock Club. 17th of May. Let's think about that. What else? That's sort of all I have to share with you. Oh no, I know. I'm sure I do this every time, going, oh no, I know, when I remember things. I had Knitting Magazine arrive through my door recently. I don't subscribe or anything, but I have got an advert in it for my retreat, which makes me very excited. And as part of having an advert, I get the magazine. And yeah, there's some really nice patterns in it. Some really interesting articles as well, about a lady who does natural dyeing, but she's based in the middle of London. So she doesn't, not in a country like me, so she's grows her flowers that she uses to dye with from her home in London. She's got quite a small garden, so it's quite interesting. There's some beautiful colours of hers yarn. So yeah, really interesting articles. There's also one about the Loose Ends Project. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a not-profit organisation, but basically if you have someone who has in your family or a friend who's passed away and they were a knitter or a crocheter and they've left something part way, you can send it to the Loose Ends Project and they pair you up with a knitter or a crocheter who will finish the garment for you, the item for you. And I think it's such a lovely thing to do. So yeah, there's an lovely article about that. And there's also a really interesting article about the psychology of crafts, which is a study that Dr. Anne Kirkenturp, I'm sure I pronounced it wrong, sorry Anne, has done about anxiety and knitting and crochet and crafts in general, and a psychology behind them and how they help us. So yeah, that was a really, really interesting article and has made me want to read her book about it. So her book is Craft Psychology, and I'm going to be getting a copy of it because I think it's a fascinating subject. So yes, maybe next month I will be able to talk, or next time I do a vlog I'll talk to you about it. This pattern's in the mag as well, which I thought was nice. A summery jumper. And my mum also spotted a pattern she thought she might like to knit. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? This. So my mum's a sewer at heart, but she dabbles with a bit of knitting. She likes things which she doesn't have to think about much. So she saw this pattern as well by Pat Strong, which she thought would be a nice one to do for like the autumn. So yeah, lots in this magazine. I would definitely recommend grabbing a copy for inspiration and for some lovely patterns. So that's sort of my update with you at the moment. Coming up, I've got classes over the summer and yeah, retreats to plan, get exciting things for the goodie bags. That's about it really. Yeah, might get round to crocheting my blanket at some point as well. You notice that I've not shared it with you today because I haven't done any since the last time I did a video. I took it to a retreat in March. It didn't get out of the box because I wanted to knit the jumper instead. So yeah, maybe that should be my goal. Next time I do a video I need to show you a little bit more progress on my blanket. So yeah, anyway, lovely to chat to you all today, and I better go and get my daughter from school. So happy knitting, crocheting, all sorts of yarny things. Speak to you all soon. Bye.